in these clips right here, you have the aftermath of that parade, right? Where it gets worse by the minute. I mean, it turns out that if you watch Fox, right, when you watch that parade, they piped in crowd noise because nobody was there. That's why Stinky's furious over that. And he hasn't gotten over it. He's having a hissy fit. Now he goes to the G7, right? And he starts saying that democratic cities are where all the criminals are, and that ICE and all those people should go to the democratic cities, and as if he hasn't had enough. As if those assholes haven't had enough. As it is, they're exhausted from the protests in Los Angeles. And so now he thinks that he could do that in New York and Chicago. Let me tell you something. The people in LA are super mellow compared to the people in New York and Chicago. So if ICE wants to go over there and try that, yeah, as it is, the morale for ICE, it's got to be low. It's got to be low. All they had to do is turn on the pictures, right? The TV, and look at all the pictures and the videotape from the protests, and say, God damn, this is what we're doing is horrible here. You know, it's not popular. It's not popular. I'm gonna go down. You know, these ICE agents got to be saying, I'm gonna go down in history as one of his idiot Gestapo. And here's the thing: we're winning. We're winning this battle. We're winning this battle. They can't bring waves and waves and waves of people that want to do this. But we can bring waves and waves of people that don't want any part of this. That's right. That's right. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And the people that are working for ICE and all that, yeah, they gotta hit a crossroads here and say, hey man, you know, is it worth it? I know I'm going to end up on the wrong side of history. I can no longer say that I did it for money, right? You know? I mean, it's like, what legacy do you want to leave behind, you know? For your kids. You want your kids to go to school and say, oh, my daddy worked for ICE. Really? That's not going to go over well. That's why I'm saying the morale for these agents or the fucking Gestapo got to be on the floor. That's right. That's right. And I have some clips of Stinky at the G7 being a full-on Putin lapdog, right? Trying to shame us into believing that Obama and Trudeau were bad people because they got rid of Putin, and that he feels upset because Putin got kicked out of the G7. Does he not realize that he's coming off like a communist, weak, pathetic prick? You know? You'll see it in the clips. And I have another clip of Lon Chaney Jr. And if you don't know who Lon Chaney is, Google him. He played the Werewolf. Holy shit. No, it's not a raid. But yeah, no, he played Werewolf in those movies, in all those movies. And Lon Chaney Jr. is AKA Eric Trump, okay? And this motherfucker, I call him hashtag Eric's an idiot. So we're going to refer to him hashtag Eric's an idiot the rest of the way here. Yeah. Hashtag Eric's an idiot has a new phone, a janky-ass Chinese phone, right? Okay, these are the selling points of it. Okay, the phone is $47.45 a month. who pays $50 a month for a fucking phone nowadays, you know? And you get roadside assistance, which is on speed dial of your phone, and you can communicate with telemedicine, which is on speed dial on your phone, and you can call your health insurance provider, which is on speed dial on your phone. So for the low price of double of what you pay now, right, you could have all those features in Stinky's janky-ass phones. Check this out. Roll it. Here we go. Aha. Aha. Roll it. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh!
Fantastic audience. It was supposed to rain.
It was a fantastic audience. It was supposed to rain.
They gave it a 100% chance of rain, and it did.
They gave it a 100% chance of rain. By the way, it rained. I just want to fucking do the transcript.
It didn't rain at all. It was beautiful. And so I asked if they gave it 100% chance, right?
And so I asked if they gave it a 100% chance, right?
100% it was going to rain like crazy, and it didn't rain at all. How do they predict 100 years out, and 50 years out, or 200 years out?
How do they predict 100 years out, 150 years out, or 200 years out? What the fuck are you talking about, Stinky?
They didn't do too well, the weather people last night.
There was nobody there, face it. They had to pipe in fucking crowd noise, Stinky.
Beautiful.
Oh! Continue! Fox had to pipe in cheering.
You hear that, right? You hear nothing. You just hear music. You just hear music. All right, sorry, I'll shut up. I was shocked by this when I saw it.
Nobody's cheering for Stinky.
Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you to...
Nobody cheered for Stinky. No wonder when he sat down, he looked like he was fucking constipated.
President Vance, and thank you to our wonderful First Lady.
All right, now here's Fox.
That cheering is fake. Oh my, Stinky. They.
Thank you to...
What I want to know is why does Putin need to be there? He has Stinky. Roll it.
Well, I look forward to that. The G7 used to be the G8.
No shit. They kicked Obama kicked fucking Putin out of it.
Barack Obama and a person named Trudeau didn't want to have Russia in.
Exactly. Who wants that piece of shit amongst them?
And I would say that was a mistake because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had
Yeah, right.
Russia in. And you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president. 4 years ago, but it didn't work out that way. But it used to be the G8, and now it's, I guess, what's that, 8 years ago, it switched over there. They threw Russia out.
Of course, you fucking asshole, because they're a communist bunch of pricks, just like you fucking dick.
Which I claimed was a very big mistake. Even
Why?
I wasn't in politics and I was very loud about it.
You're a fucking moron.
A mistake in that you spend so much time talking about Russia and he's no longer at the table.
Exactly. So now we don't talk about him.
Makes life more complicated, but you would have had...
You're an idiot. This is a moron.
And other than that, I think we're going to accomplish a lot.
No. You senile shit for brains.
They don't talk. Putin speaks to me. He doesn't speak to anybody else.
Bullshit. He plays with you. He tells you what to do.
Because he was very insulted when he got thrown out of the GA.
Oh, so what? So what? One of these reporters needs to just say, so what?
As I would be, as you would be, as anybody would be.
Fuck him. Fuck him. He fucked around and now he found out.
Very insulted. And, I mean, he was thrown out by Trudeau, who convinced one or two people along
okay. So what? You think that do you think that because you talk about Trudeau that way that makes him a bad person? No. You're an idiot. You bloated sack of methane.
Obama, he was thrown out, and he's not a happy person about
Fuck
it.
him. Who cares? Who cares?
I can tell you that. He doesn't even speak to the people that throw him out.
Nobody gives a shit. They don't want to speak to him, you fucking idiot.
And I agree with him.
No, of course you do. Because you're a communist piece of shit and you're pissed off because nobody went to your janky ass parade. You fucking... Look at. It's an 80-year-old man throwing a goddamn hissy fit. See what I mean? How can you take this clown seriously? This is a fucking... You know, this guy reminds me of a mannequin at the Goodwill store. Continue, Stinky.
What is holding up a deal with Canada from your perspective?
What is holding up a deal with Canada? I'm an imbecile.
It's not so much holding up. I think we have different concepts. I have a tariff
You have different concepts.
concept. Mark has a different concept, which is something that some people like.
Okay, I'm going to read this like a transcript. We have different concepts. I have the tariff concept. He has a concept that many people like. Continue, Stinky.
But we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it today.
We're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it. The bottom of what, Stinky?
I'm a tariff person. I've always been a tariff. It's simple, it's easy, it's precise, and it just goes very quickly.
I've always been a tariff person. It's easy, it's simple, it's precise, and it goes very quickly. Cardi be like, what the fuck is this asshole talking about? He's dumber than they told me he was.
And I think Mark has a more complex idea, but also very good.
Now what you need to ask him is, what idea are you talking about? What is this concept, by the way?
So we're going to look at both, and we're going to see what we're going to come out with something. Hopefully.
This motherfucker's such a fraud, it ain't funny. Fucking Stinky's running out of gas. Look at him. Look at this haggard old junkie.
Target Democratic inner cities. What's fine?
I don't know what you're saying.
You did a post last night where you said you want ICE to really target Democrats.
I want them to focus on the cities, because the cities are where you really have what's called sanctuary cities, and that's where the people...
I want them to focus on the cities because the cities have sanctuary cities.
I look at New York, I look at Chicago. I mean, you got a really bad governor in Chicago and a bad mayor. But the governor's probably...
Why?
The worst of the country in Pritzker.
Nope. No, he's not.
I look at how that city has been overrun by criminals. And,
Really? Where? What are you talking about?
New York and L.A. Look at L.A. L.A., those people weren't from L.A. They weren't from...
Those people that were in L.A. were not from L.A.?
California, most of those people.
Most of those people were not from California.
Those people. Yeah, that's the focus.
Yeah, that's a focus. This is a junkie. He's rambling. This is a demented junkie who, you know what right now he's doing? He's pissing in the bag.
Biden allowed 21 million people
No, he didn't. Nonsense.
to come into our country.
Nonsense.
Of that, vast numbers of those people were murderers, killers, people from gangs,
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
people from jails. They
Nope.
emptied their jails out into the U.S.
No, they didn't.
Most of those people are in the cities.
Nope.
There are some inconsistencies in your story.
Uh-huh.
Like every fucking thing that you said.
Wow, the White House is great. There's no wonder you spend 2 days a week here.
I'm sorry, can you hang on a sec? Gotta close this window. Melania's out there blowing bubbles for Eric. Dad, I got one in my mouth. It tastes like soap.
Tell me about that and what you're looking to quote unquote correct here.
What? He's selling janky ass Chinese phones. Look who it is. Look who it is. Fucking Lon Chaney Jr.
Yeah. Well, you know, more and more we're using technology as a company, right, to correct the problems. Obviously, Truth Social was
To correct the problems.
to correct freedom of speech, right? I mean, he lost his throughout the political process. Obviously, crypto, we've got the biggest projects in crypto,
It's a scam.
was to correct another problem, which is the fact that they were debanking all conservatives.
No, just these January 6 idiots. Yeah, uh-huh. You fucking imbecile.
This is the most canceled person probably in the history of the country. And now we're doing Trump Mobile, and Trump Mobile is going to revolutionize kind of cell phones, mobile calling.
Holy shit. Holy shit, they're doing... How much time do you give this fucking shit show before it's bankrupt?
We're going to do it better. We're going to do it safer. We're going to have more functionality, more features. And the coolest thing about all these ventures is we're doing it right here in the United States. You're not
You're making the phones in China.
calling up call centers in Bangladesh. You're not, you're doing it right out of St. Louis, Missouri. And you're
What?
going to have phones that are made right here in the United States of America.
When?
It's going to be cheaper, $47 a month. You're going to
$47 a month? Who pays $47 for a goddamn cell phone these days? What are you talking about? And with the fucking taxes and everything, you're paying double for a janky ass phone.
have more international dialing for free, hundreds.
Since when has anybody ever paid? When was the last time anybody paid for a goddamn phone call? God damn.
Countries, international dialing for free. It is the biggest bang for the buck.
Bullshit. These motherfuckers are full-on grifters.
Dad, I got one in my mouth. It tastes like soap.
Republican uses one, and I hope, frankly, every American uses one. I think it's a message that we can all get behind, and I think we're going to build something that's really great. And so many other services, Benny, that have been totally ignored,
Such as
healthcare services.
Healthcare services.
That's going to be
telemedicine.
Added to features of the phone, roadside assistance.
Roadside assistance.
So many things that.
Wait, stop. So basically, you're saying that with your phone, you can pick up the phone and call your doctor or call a tow truck. What the hell difference is that from the phone that you have now, you fucking moron? And look at this fucking bootlicker. This communist bootlicker is what this motherfucker is right here. Hey,
Dad, I got one in my mouth. It tastes like soap.
here we go. Roll it.
I'm showing you this photo of Donald Trump with no hair transplants and no bronzer. Not to mock him, but
Not to mock him. Sorry.
We all have it.